to a next edition of my live, Once again, it's your boy, Elvis Dua, aka DJ More Life. And today, we're going to be talking about fear over love. I mean, fear over love is, something that is a choice. I mean, you either want to be successful, you want to be confident, you want to be happy, right? And a lot of times, the problems that hinders you from becoming happy, right, focuses mainly on fear. Having fear will stop you from doing a lot of things that, demotes you from your actual potential skills. I mean, if you're good at something, that has to come with training. That has to come with, consistency, a drive, and of course, a lot of work and efforts in order to polish your skills. But during those times, how you're going to improve is based on, the type of task you choose to take on. A lot of people, right, find it easier to fear for situations that, is going to take away their sense of peace for a temporary period of time. And this is a major issue because that stops you from actually achieving your goal. And it keeps you from, progressing. And we all know, in order for you to be able to make it in society today, you have to show, a lot of backbone. You have to show a lot of passion, a lot of confidence, right? You have to also demonstrate a lot of skills. And many of these skills is what you use for your survival on a daily basis. Anything that you want to do, anything that you're doing or you have done is based on, the knowledge that you learned throughout time. This knowledge then gives you the confidence to be able to either train somebody or move on to the next level. And so a lot of people, they overlook these things. They don't focus on the fact that fear, it's like everybody has fear. Some people are afraid of spiders. Some people are afraid of, like animals, like different types of animals, right? Animals in the wild. Just depends on the fear. Fear to be able to, try something new. Fear limits them because it provides a limit scale that, oh, you can't do this because you're not strong enough, you're not resilient enough, you're not confident enough to be able to achieve this. So you not being able to do it increases your fear. Fear to live a little, right? So many people, right, have basically lived a strict life where, they're afraid of, sort of emerging out the box because they feel that, that's too far for them. But they're dying for, change of experience, new ways to sort of, spice up their life. But they don't want to take any risks because of the fear that they have. And so that keeps them to a level. You know, as human beings, we get more powerful the more things we learn and understand the use of them. And fear is something that we, as the people, you have to learn to channel it from bad to good, right? Because once you have overstepped that, because fear only sort of challenges you on what you can do and what you can't do. And so, in due time with maturity, you will be able to do the things that you feared the most with ease, knowing that there is measures that you have to take, knowing that there's levels of bravery that has to be demonstrated. And so these are a lot of things that, you know, sort of stops people from achieving their goals. Everybody starts off with goals that they want to achieve, or what they want to be, what they want to do, you know, and they overlook all the tasks step by step that they have to take in order to get there. Or sometimes they like the beginning of the process because it's easy. And so the fear time is when the process starts to get more sophisticated, more advanced. And so you, with the skills that you learned prior to, you have to then use that in order to secure all your insecurities. Because it makes you, fear can make you insecure over accomplishing any goals that you set out to do. So ask yourself today, why does the fear that you have, because everybody has fear, stop you or prevent you from, you know, being able to take the next step, being able to accomplish the task? You know, it sort of keeps you, you know, in an isolated situation, and that also lowers your, you know, your level of intelligence, right? So fear over love is something that we all must take serious, because society has many things that hinders people from moving forward. You know, they have too many things that are there, but then also on the other side, they have people who have gone through the same thing or worse experiences than you, that can then motivate you to be able to get to that next level of achievements. You know, success is just basically knowing and not knowing, and how to do what you don't know how to do. These are the success level. But that shows that you must have the confidence. You have to push. Yes, you're going to make mistakes, but mistakes is what you need in order for you to have a proper analysis. You can't expect to be perfect all the time. The love that you have comes with many ingredients in that love. You know, love is just not just love. It's filled with energy and power and compassion, confidence, right? And resilience. If you don't have love, right, in order for you to achieve love, there are steps that you must take, because you are creating an atmosphere of energy that is positive. Then it's going to be transmitted into the circumstances that you want. That's how you're going to become successful. That's how you're going to understand where you went wrong. But fear is something you're supposed to channel from negative to positive for you to become more braver, for you to be able to do more intellectual things, you cannot succumb to fear. You can't allow it to wrap you around and keep you still while the world is rotating day in and day out. There is so many insecurities in the world. There are so many things that can scare you as an individual, regardless of what age. However, the formula remains the same. You analyze, then you dissect, right? Then you execute, because that is a formality. The fear is something that presents itself during situations, either new situations, right? The fears of, being late for work. These are small little things. The fears of being neglected by your friends because you chose, maybe to be the bigger person and not be sort of influenced in a negative direction to, do bad things. All of these things show you that either you can analyze the damage and see where you went wrong, or remain confident in the decision you made that others, don't want to see. What is good will keep your love strong. What is bad will increase the fear in your life. The choice really is your choice, how you want to live. But just remember, thousands of days is not that long. And this life is here for you to become influential with love. Fear prevents that. Fear is the kryptonite. But kryptonite can always be used in training to increase your movements, to increase your power. These are things that needs to be considered in a day-to-day life. Fear of not being able to, take care of your bills. Fear of not being able to be hired because of certain criterias, all of these things increases in your repertoire. It's up to you to analyze these things and better yourself, because if you don't better yourself, who's going to better yourself for you? It's only you. You can choose, right? I know fear keeps us from, as a society, from actually talking about the true importance of how we as human beings shall progress in our lives. Fear keeps that, because everybody has this view and they're afraid to be able to sit down and understand or hear others' point of views, due to the fact that they see themselves as they're politically, in their point of view, always going to be right. And as long as they have this kind of perspective, right, or perception, as long as they have these things, they don't need to discuss. Well, right now we can't fear one another. We got to better ourselves by encouraging ourselves. If we do not choose love over fear, fear can destroy us. It can make us extinct because we chose to be afraid to do what is right. Don't be afraid. Love takes skills. So now you tell me, what do you love? Who do you love? What have you done that you were afraid to do, that now you can say, I have gotten over that fear. I don't need to, get guidance when it comes to circumstances. I've overcome my fears because that creates a new person. You see, there are many things that makes a person become, a stronger being, right? You start off young, crawling and eating and stuff, and then you get older. And so you start to obtain knowledge. And the understanding of knowledge is, it just comes. You absorb what you see, what you touch, what you hear, what situations you get involved in. But the love, you first start loving your parents because they're the ones, or your guardian, they're the ones who you first see for, so many years when you're young. They take care of you, make sure you're okay, they love you back, they show you the progress of love, and they teach you these things. And, little by little, you begin to adapt and understand the importance of love between family. And so, at first, you're afraid to walk, you're afraid to stand up. Now, due to confidence, due to the love that is showing in the family, you see others, right? You see your siblings, if you have siblings, or you see your parents or guardian walking around. So you are going to be motivated to walk around faster because you're sort of in that environment where it's being done. So, number one, getting rid of fear is, surround yourself in an environment that is going to help, because that environment is going to show you by example, right? You need examples in order for you to, become good at certain things. It has to be shown to you, taught to you. So when you see, a lot of walking activities, it's going to program you to want to learn how to walk and talk faster due to the environment. And so that's how we work. And so, because the environment's full of positive influences, the fear decreases because there is only motivation, innovation, inspiration going on in that sector. Only. So, positivity will overflow, which lead into positive results. Getting rid of the fear. But if you increase the fear around you, all the positive influences will change to become negative. And then what happens is, it will take you from the state that you're in and lower your state to the point that you don't think you can do things that you used to be able to do. Half of the things that you used to be able to do, if fear will limit you. You see what I'm saying? But don't get it wrong. Sometimes, right, fear can be something that is of wisdom to you. Fear, you can have the fear to be able to do something very drastic that's going to cause a drastic change in your lives. Not just your lives, but people around. So that type of fear can be dealt with on a more sophisticated level, right? Because you can't just approach it because you're brave, because that could certainly not be the wise thing to do at that moment. So, analyzing the data, the information, right, which is due to whatever took place, that will change how you do things. It will sort of, give you an insight on what to do and when to do it, so that, you don't increase the fear, right? But you decrease the fear and increase the love. We love each other. We're students of love. In order for you to become an expert, you have to come with a lot of experience. You have to maybe do a lot of research, but many go through the experience, you know, concrete experience yourself, so that it's easy explained in such a quick manner. These things happen on a daily basis. Like, for example, fear of making music, fear of putting, the combinations together, right? Editing the music and putting it out there. I want people to understand music business, right? 80% business, 20% music. If you're an entrepreneur or upcoming artist and you contemplate on how much you put out work, or is it good enough, I need the right people to say, give me permission to say, yo, this song is good, you're doing it wrong. You see, in 2022, release as much as you can, because practice makes perfect. Not all your joints or not all your tracks, your singles or your albums is going to be the best, but you're going to have the ones that are going to be good. They're going to be ones that actually influence people. It changes them. It increases the love in their heart. And the thing about music is, once it's made, it's permanent. You see what I'm saying? So that if once that good track is made, it's forever. So therefore, how you play it and how you introduce it to society will impact society. You see what I'm saying? These things are very important to your change of progress. You see, I do a lot of podcasting. You see what I'm saying? I try to do as much as I can. I try to do all kinds of media things, right? And I have it on. You can check out my profile, just Google my name, you'll find every work that I do. But you see, when I started to do the podcast, and I just basically go and talk from, opinion, experience, like all kinds of variations. You see what I'm saying? Now, when expressing yourself and talking about these things, right? What happens is you realize that you need to have confidence, right? You need to be positive. You need to be resilient. Don't worry about what others are saying. You have put out content, and understand that all your content is not going to be the best, but there's going to be ones that are good. And as time goes, you gain more, knowledge, you gain more confidence, you gain more understanding, and of course, you're able to put things together on a regular basis because you have done it so many times that it becomes part of your knack. These things are unique, right? All due to the fact that you have a state of mind, right? That you're not going to let anything influence you to change your goal that you're trying to achieve. The love persona is something that it goes deep, it's forever, it's permanent. It is something that we all use every single day. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people in the world that you love. There are many people that, love you back. But there's also a lot of people who are filled with fear. And the fear prevents them from meeting their destiny. It's like, fire and a pan. They both meet. And when they both meet, right, usually whatever is they're using for it to be entertained You know, if it's food that's being cooked in the pan, the fire, they all go hand in hand. And this process takes place every single day, you know, all over the world because people are cooking. People are going to say, oh, we don't like the smell. We don't like the taste. We don't like this. We don't like that. These are all criticisms, right, that you take into consideration. However, do not overthink it. Do not totally give up, right? Because if you do, then whatever data you collected is nothing, right? I mean, think about it. Hold on. So you see, so the data would be meaningless. So try to utilize any amount of knowledge to gain, you know, love over fear. Situations present themselves. Sometimes they're not the best news. And they bring straight up fear, worry, you know. However, if it's already being done or if it's already done, then there's no need for the worry, right? Analyze. I know many times, you know, emotions get into the way because we are emotional beings, right? Regardless if you keep it in for a long time until it explodes, or you release it right away where you don't want to hold it, or gradually. You know, it's sort of like a gauge temperature of emotions that we all possess in us. And we can use it and turn it around in a positive way, though, you know, situations present it in a negative way, we can then change it to a positive, you know, way of movements. Don't fear the life of today, because if you do, then you will continuously, you know, fear in everything you do and you can't accomplish anything. You know, confidence brings you to the optimized level of love. And it will also give you experience on the way. So let me know what you guys think. Right? Today's segment, Fear Over Love. You know, once again, it's your boy, Elvis Dua, aka DJ More Life. Subscribe if you have not subscribed. Comment, share, like, you know. And you guys are great. Remember, love over fear. Have a great day, guys. Bye now. Peace.